Thanks for joining us for Understanding Real Estate with Realtor Becky Cobb of West Cobb Alliance, part of the ReeceNichols Real Estate Group in Neosho.
Good morning. This is Becky Cobb with ReeceNichols Real Estate, and this is Understanding Real Estate. Carrie Martin is with me, and she's with Flat Branch Home Loans, an excellent lender. And Carrie, in the new year, is that a good time to be thinking about buying a new home?
Definitely is. You know what they say, the best time to buy a house is 5 years ago. The second best time to buy a house is right now. So if you have a need and the ability to buy a house, it's generally a good overall investment. I mean, you've seen just what the market has done over the past 4 years in our area.
That's right. It's crazy. It's been crazy.
It's benefited a lot of families and individuals that have purchased houses. So the investment is definitely still a good one.
Yes, it's an investment that tends to grow and does not go to zero. So get out there and get your new home this year. Good morning. This is Becky Cobb with Understanding Real Estate, and I'm talking with Carrie Martin of Flat Branch Home Loans. Carrie, appraisals. Love them, hate them. Tell me more about appraisals and how they can affect the purchase of a home.
Absolutely, Becky. They are necessary for the process. The idea is to help protect the bank and the buyer against overpaying on a property. Because sometimes, let's face it, we get our emotions involved and we're willing to pay whatever that number is to buy that house because we love that one. But at the end of the day, having this third-party, unbiased opinion helps to keep everybody kind of leveled out and in check. Now, I don't envy an appraiser's job. They have to complete a lot of schooling, bachelor's degree. There's a lot of credentials that they have to have in order to do those reports. And then, like you can do the market analysis. That's exactly kind of what they are doing, and they are using those same comparable properties to come up with the estimated value. But it does get a little bit tricky sometimes depending on the property and that sort of thing. They're just not cookie cutter every single time.
That's right. And so when you have an appraisal issue, that's a good time to talk with your lender and your realtor.
Yes.
Good morning. This is Becky Cobb with ReeceNichols Real Estate, and this is Understanding Real Estate, and I'm real happy to have Carrie Martin here with Flat Branch Mortgages or Flat Branch Home Loans. And Carrie, we have noticed a little bit of a pickup since the election in November, and I'm kind of wondering what you've noticed and what you think about that.
We have noticed a pickup as well. I feel like anytime we're entering into an election, people are uncertain of what the future holds. Once they have a little bit of certainty, they come to the realization, hey, they still need to buy a house. They need to upgrade. They need to downgrade, whatever the situation may be. And housing is still a very strong investment and stability for many people and families.
Thank you, Carrie. That's exactly what we're seeing on the real estate side, too. Good morning. This is Becky Cobb with Understanding Real Estate, talking again today with Carrie Martin of Flat Branch Home Loans. One of the things we comment on is for sale by owners. Sometimes that works out great. Sometimes it doesn't work out so great. And Carrie, what are your thoughts?
I think a real estate agent, such as yourself, Becky, is super valuable to the equation. You protect their earnest money deposits. You protect a seller's interest whenever you're representing the seller, making sure they're getting the most value out of the home that they're selling. It's an asset at the end of the day. I've seen for sale by owner contracts where there were large non-refundable deposits, and I've also seen it the other way where the seller has lost money or left money on the table, not knowing it, but when I see the appraisal, they've come in $30,000 over what the sales price is. That's a huge amount of money to leave on the table and can make a really impactful difference for a family. That's
right. So seeking a professional to do a professional job, sometimes that really is your best, most cost-effective way.
Indeed.
Good morning. This is Becky Cobb with Understanding Real Estate. And again, talking with Carrie Martin, who I love to talk to. She's with Flat Branch Home Loans. And we were just talking about how much should a person spend on a house, Carrie? What are some of the guidelines as a lender you look for?
So everybody's budget is just a little bit different, Becky. So I normally make the joke that you don't know how much I spend on Amazon. And so my budget is going to look different than maybe, say, my brother's budget.
Right.
But essentially, we look at on the lending side, what does that debt to income ratio look like? And then housing to income ratio. So typically speaking, a comfortable housing to income ratio is probably going to be somewhere around 35% or less, depending on the buyer, depending on what I'm using for qualifying income, because that can differentiate between buyers as well. But generally speaking, having a budget up front and knowing what you feel comfortable with on a monthly payment is super important when you are walking into a home purchase.
That's right. Keep it in between the lines, folks.
If you would like to know more about understanding real estate, you may contact Becky Cobb at 417-592-3245 of the West Cobb Alliance, your realtors for life. Find out more on the web at neosho.homes.